Alright, so there's been some discussion, argument on the forums about the new event item, the Cavalry, and how strong this thing is. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show everybody what's up with this and how strong it actually is. So as we can see, we have my level 100 tune here with all the points put into cast rate so that it has no effect on the DPS stats. For the first test I'm going to show you, it's going to rely solely on the stats provided by the Cavalry. So let's go ahead and see what this thing does. So starting off, we have just over 2.1 million DPS. This isn't, of course, the average. I'm just showing you what this thing is roughly doing in terms of damage. I have no intention of actually putting the real average because I can't be bothered to calculate it. I'm just estimating. So we're getting this chicken, same exact stats as the Cavalry. As you can see, all the stats are white. The same applies to all the other chickens. I made sure all the stats were the same. Now, we're going to be using ranged on this first chicken because ranged has more damage when you have this low of hero stats. So as you can see, this is roughly similar in terms of damage. Actually, it's lower quite significantly in terms of damage output. And here's the big thing. Yeah, it's significantly lower. This is a 50,000 damage chicken. This is not farmable in any conceivable way. So when you have this low of hero stats, there is absolutely no doubt that the Cavalry is in fact stronger, but this is with 0 hero stats, so that's something to keep in mind when we're going through the testing. So 50,000 at 0 hero stats, the Seahorse is clearly stronger than Mega Chickens. So now what we're going to do is I am going to go over to the Tavern Keeper over here. We are going to respec into hero attack. So now we have roughly 1,000 before we put the Seahorse on. So now we're at 1479. And as you can see, we have 2.9 there. We have 3.4. So in the vicinity, 3.8, alright, so a lot higher. I forgot about that. So significant increase in damage. So next chicken. This one we're actually doing melee. Alright, so 2.9 million, 3.8, there we go. So it's roughly similar damage-wise. It's a bit lower on average. But again, when we check the chicken, this is a 47,500 damage chicken. This is still, again, in no way farmable. You just can't do it. So, again, even at 1,500 total, the Seahorse is still far stronger than any Mega Chicken's going to be. So now what we're going to do is we are going to put on this Capping Transcendence set. Yeah, it's double capping, but we're not using ability 2, so that doesn't matter. So now we have 3,700 hero attack, and we can see the damage that this guy is doing: 4 million, 4.5 million, 5 million. Alright, so it's 4.55 million on the two numbers. So let's see it, make sure I get the right chicken. That is not the right chicken. Alright, so as you can see, this is a 36,300 chicken, and it is doing more damage. Well, it's doing very close to, if not more damage. So once you reach the stage where you're at 3,500, 3,700 range, this is barely better than Mega Chickens. So this just goes to show, I guess, the scaling of Seahorses in general. They don't scale nearly as well as Mega Chickens do with hero stats. but they have higher base. So there's our 36,300 with the same stats. I'm going to drop that, and now what we're going to do is we are going to put on this ultimate set. Now, this set is not capping, except for the chest piece, but it's an ultimate set, so it doesn't really matter. It's just to show you what goes on here. So now we're at 4.1. Right there we go, 5.3 right there. 4.8. So now we go back to our 36k chicken, and we are now substantially out-damaging the seahorse. Like, substantially out-damaging this thing. And now suppose we were to go and we were to put on the remainder of the items for our DPS monk. We're now sitting at 6,400 hero attack with when everything is said and done. We're doing, let's wait for my damage to clear here. 6,800, 5,900. Now let's compare that with the cavalry. And this thing's doing still 5,300, 5,300, 5,900. So at this point the chicken is substantially out-damaging the seahorse, and this is without ability 2. Without ability 2, all these results would be magnified in a significant manner. So if you are going for like high-end DPS, the cavalry is not what you want. You want your 36k mega chicken, because not only is it going to have more damage when you get that 37.5k, but you can also get better hero attack, better hero HP, and far better ability 2 than what is on the cavalry. So what we're seeing is for newer players, it is definitely better until you start reaching the 3,500 hero attack mark. Beyond that point, it is simply better to use Mega Chicken.